Hello, I'm Julia Cordova. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos. Also, thanks for commenting and just letting me know that you're here. I appreciate it. So, just doing a quick chart review this week, I did try and get Uncle Rico to make an appearance today because I'm kind of desperate, like you all are, for some guidance. But the reality is, he doesn't want to come on if he doesn't have really anything what he believes to be of value to say. He wants to be able to say something that's actionable and of value and not just yammer on and entertain us, which I really respect. I guess I really wanted to see him, but that's okay. All right, so anyway, let's talk charts. You ready? All right. Okay, so let's start off by looking at ES or SPX weekly futures. So last week, we basically perfectly back tested this channel line. I'm pretty proud of myself for that one. And then we were sandwiched in between the top of the channel and resistance. We ended on Dragonfly Doji, which, similar to a hammer, is super not my favorite in uptrends. So everything still appears very bullish. But I'm going to be on the lookout this week because I made a little smaller thumbs down below this 4125.92 level because I'm not going to like ES below there. Now these are weekly values, so it would have to close there for me to be like, ew, gross. And similarly, it has to close above this resistance still of 4183 for me to be like, yo, living with chemistry, here we come, because it is the measured move from the breakout of this channel. So those are the figures I'm watching here. I don't have a whole lot to say as far as RSI goes. We're not at resistance as of yet. We're just sort of hanging out. It looks okay. That's all I got. Let's look at the daily. Okay, so is this a bull flag? I mean, a miniature one? I guess kind of. I don't know. I wouldn't call it that. The only reason I wouldn't call it that is because, I mean, where's the pole? And if the pole is this long, then I'd want the bull flag for, I mean, it could be any size, and sure, it can go higher. In fact, I took the same slope that I've been using for these, star lines, these upward lines, and I added it to the very tippy top here. And what do you know? It perfectly lined up with the closes here. So I would just say it might be a bull flag. It might not. I don't technically consider it one. Doesn't matter. Above 4188, that is a breakout. So if it gets above 4188, that is a breakout. I do not have anything on the daily for quite some time after that. I could make something up, but I choose not to because we have our weekly stuff to look out for. So, yeah, that's what I'm watching. 4188 is a breakout. 4178 is the resistance that it's still kind of chop, 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 like we discussed last week. And I mean, quite a bit of chop. So we did bounce off of this RSI support line, but it's still, I mean, I was looking at this earlier. We did have a higher close and a lower RSI, but again, if it gets above here, it'll just negate that divergence. So those are the numbers I'm watching. Let's look at NASDAQ weekly. So not too happy about this past week in the NQ. Same thing. It's sort of got that yucky little hammer thing. And like I said last week, this was such a small move. And I'm like, is it running out of gas? And so, I mean, it's really just consolidation still. There's nothing bearish about it, about price action anyway, except for it did close below this value after closing above it, but not enough to make me really like confident about a short. So I tried a short early in the week, and then I went long, and then I went short, and I went long. I mean, it was just too much because it was choppy. So I don't actually have a position right now. I'm sort of waiting to see what happens because I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity either way. If it goes higher than 13,987, this is weekly, it's going to look bullish to me to get to this measured move, first of 15,209, and then higher. I don't even want to talk about that. It's possible. Anyway, it's going to look bullish above 13,987. And then below, you know, we've got some chop slash retracement going, but it's still not super bearish, except for this growing divergence in RSI. But again, that could be canceled out if we can just get above this 13,987 and do the thing, you know, the thing. Now, one thing that I haven't talked about too often, let me go to the daily first. Okay. So I did note that there is a bull flag on the NASDAQ daily. I took the same slope that I've used before. I lined it up here. It's not perfect. I don't care. But it was perfect here. Look. Perfect, perfect, perfect. See? I don't know. I'm just making that. But, oh, okay. Anyway, there is a flag here on the NASDAQ that we have not broken out of yet. If we break out above this flag, which, oh, let me label that. You know, I really always think that I'm prepared, and then I never fully am, which is good. See, this is why I do this. So if we break the F above 13,925, and we close, if we close above 13,925, that would be breaking out of this bull flag. If we go above it, unless it, you know, it's fine to chop above it. It's not fakey breaky or anything like that because it's not closed above it and then come back down. But that's what I'm watching. So it's potentially that we break out of this bull flag and go up. And then the first resistance, which I wouldn't expect to hold because it's consolidating under this measured move, would be 14,134. And then above that, if it does go above that, I'll look to this line. I don't know when this line would hit. Let's make something up. 14,379-ish. I don't know. All right. So that's what I'd be looking at. And I will say on Twitter, if we break out of this bull flag and close above it, I will say something because I will be buying it. Now, what I was going to say, I should wait till GDX, but I'll just say it. You know, if you're a gold bull or if you're a silver bull, and I could be wrong about this, but I'm not wrong because I think about this. But anyway, we actually, if you are bullish, we want the market to go up because it's very unlikely. It's possible, but it's not likely that GDX and the minor stocks and therefore the metals would go up very significantly were the stock market to not go. At least it can consolidate and kind of chop around and move up and down, but we want it to go up. We want it to go up because it makes our stuff go up. So that's what I'm saying. So if you're sort of a gold bull, it's weird to me to see people say, like, on one hand, they're saying the market's going to crash, but, you know, gold and silver are going to the moon. The problem with that is that if the market does crash, money comes out of everything. And so you want everything to go up together. You just want, if I'm a gold bull, I'd want GDX to outperform. So I'd want these other things to kind of la la la, and then people move money. So that's what I would want. Anyway, okay, let's look at gold. So we had a perfect back test off of this channel last week. Very proud of myself. However, we did not close the week above this weekly key. And the reason I wanted to see that, several reasons, was, you know, if you try to not be biased, this kind of looks like a bear flag-ish. I'm not saying it is, but, you know, you have the pole from all the way here to here, chop, chop, chop. What we don't want to have happen, and I would have said that if it closed above this key, we're out of danger of that. We are not out of danger of that. We are not out of danger. The way we would get out of danger from that would be closing above this key this week. It's not too late. However, this is a Fed week, which I did not know. I was not paying attention. So it is possible that we do have some bearish activity here. So I'm going to say that even though it would be back inside of this, it could potentially, because this isn't the most bullish, it's not the most bearish, it's not the most bullish, but it's not like a break the F out, angels singing candle that I wanted to see. I wanted to at least see it here. Anyway, it's possible that this week, because of the Fed activity, they pull one and they come and they bring it all the way down to, and I'm just kind of putting my mouse over this MA here that's supportive. So it's possible they put it all the way down into the 1730-ish area. That's possible. And that would still be bullish if it were to close the week back above the channel line. And specifically though, I really want to see it close above this key. It just hasn't done it for us yet. But I don't see anything bearish. It's not fakey breaky yet. But if it closes the week below this channel, I mean, we'll revisit that if it comes to it, but not happy about that. The good news is last week I did say to watch this 1800 level, because that was the MA, and then it did exactly what we expected it to do. Let's talk about silver now, and that was gold weekly. So silver weekly, not quite the same possible flag activity. However, you know, could you see a shoulder and a head and a here? It's possible. Another reason I wanted to close above the freaking key. Get above. Still, 26.94 is resistance, and it is the key, and it needs to close above that. Yeah, okay, so, you know, the Fed shenanigans, I don't know, but I really do want to see this, and it was a level down here, but I still want to see it hold of 25.395. So my hope is that maybe they pump it the beginning of the week so that if they do come down, I'll be able to catch it there and it'll go back up. I mean, it's possible it just keeps going up, but again, weekly close above 26.94 is what we're looking for. Let's get some GDX thing going on here. All right, same thing. We talked about this MA here along with the MA of gold weekly. This is GDX weekly. So that was cool, right? Because, you know, we knew when to take some profit. Did I take enough profit? No, I did not. Because I thought that it would be a little stronger. I had hoped. And hope will get you exactly nowhere. But it is possible that we do get a back test of the breakout this week, because this looks like a crap candle. Look, it came up. It was like, do I though? Do I? Now, it's not, this activity is, I think, out of the range of being a bear flag. However, it could still come back here and F the people who bought the breakout. Of course it could. So what we're watching this week is, we're watching for it to hold 34.15 if it gets there. I don't want it to get there, but if it gets there, it needs to hold. And if it goes up, so unprepared. If it goes up, first resistance will be 38.84. Now, we're beginning to get a little bit in danger of an actual head and shoulders. It's possible. And we need to think about it. You need to think about it, especially if you've got a large position. You just got to know about it, which is another reason that if it does come back down here, this level will need to hold so it can go higher. I mean, this is perfectly acceptable as a second shoulder. Now, the thing that makes me think that it might not be is simply because, and reason why I wanted to take a little profit here, but not enough, is this shoulder, in my opinion, is a little narrow for this size head. So let's keep our eyes open. We'll play it as it comes, but Wednesday will be very exciting. Also, I'm getting my second shot of the vaccine on Wednesday. So after hours, that's good. But a lot of things are going on Wednesday. Also, I think President Biden is talking about something. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's look at oil and XOP. So last week I said, which one is lying? And so the weekly XOP is just kind of hanging in. Weekly oil futures still hanging in there, but not a positive week for them, which is good. Now, we got almost close. The low this past week was 72.35 in XOP, and I had said to buy, I want to buy the back test of the 72.09. And so a nice trade might be, if you are so inclined to take it, because this is a bull flag. Look, boop, 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 and back tested off of support. So if you are sort of, if you were behind the 8 ball and didn't get into the oil trade and thought, well, now it's too late because look at this, it's going, you know, I don't know. One possible trade would be that I'm in is that, you know, you take You take this trade, and if it closes the week below 72.09, you cut it. And if it goes up, then you're happy. That's what I'm in. That's easy, right? I mean, it's not easy. Nothing's easy, but it's clear cut. Is this a flag that back tested support? If so, great. If not, okay, that's bad. All right, so anyway, that's one potential setup. Let's look at Natty. Oh, Natty. So I had drawn in this triangle last week. This is the weekly Natty. And looks like I didn't mean for it to stop my progress on my long, but it did. But I guess that's good. Anyway, it's long-term consolidation here. It did close above the Martini line, which was 2.7, or which was 2.714. So it did close above there on the weekly. You know, it's not my favorite candle. It's very similar to the gold candle and the GDX candle. So it's not my favorite thing, but I did get rid of some of my long at 277 and not enough. What am I doing? Anyway, I did get rid of some of my long at 277, but I am still long. Not as long, but still long. So hopefully it doesn't do the thing where it does this thing and then, you know, there's like that setting sun formation where it's big green and then a doji and then a big red. But I notice what happens a lot is because people anticipate it, what it does is a big green, a doji, and then it starts to go red, and then it breaks the F out, and everybody's like, what? So, let's see. I remain somewhat long. Not too long, not too short. Somewhat long. Okay. Let's look at Joe. Joe broke the F out this week, but it's still, right now, it's still lower high. So, if it gets to this previous high, which was 40.52, and specifically above this airplane line, which is resistance at 40.81, I'm going to be pestering everybody I know to buy it. Because this does look a little cup and handily to me. Okay? So, it needs to get above this previous high, and then it will be very extremely bullish. Yeah. Right now, it does have that divergence-ish thing going on where we have a slightly higher close here, but lower. So it needs to go up in order to get rid of that. Now, as long as it stays above 36.66, still bullish. Okay? Okay. All right. Oh, that's it. Okay. Make myself big. Thank you again so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you on the interwebs. Okay, bye.